Players lost in ruin trying to evade the Medusa, but they've lost track of her. Where is she? I don't know, let me check. I peek around the corner and roll a spot. Are you sure you want to... 19. Booyah. Plus 12 is 31. What do I see? Well, what everyone else sees is you look around the corner and turn to stone. Hell. Hey, what's up everybody, I'm SkyDieRay and welcome to another DnDGreentext video. This is episode 65, and yeah, without any further ado, enjoy! Or at least I can hope that you're gonna enjoy the video and that you're gonna leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Yeah, I can only hope for that. DM asks us to construct backstories that explain our characters growing up in Drow society. He's very critical of them and makes us rewrite them a couple of times to fit his setting. Nothing too terrible, as to be fair. He's also helpful and gives lots of lore tips during this week's following session 0. Campaign starts with us as slaves of the Drow being sent into this bloodsport dungeon, super huge. Slaves who finish it attain freedom. We are told it's basically a mega crawl from levels 1 to 6 and managing resources to survive inside and deal with other parties of slaves that might try to kill us. Sounds fun. We all are level 1 slaves with terrible gear, basically a poor quality version of base equipment, and no armor for anyone except the tank, who gets a wooden breastplate. First session is all about the opening ceremony of the games, pre-arena talk, displays of how sadistic Drows are. Drags a bit, but it's fun. We properly begin the dungeon in the second session. Going to the first room. Dart trap that fires every turn until disarmed. Rogue dies first turn. Door is locked. In 3 turns, we are all dead. DM looks at us with disapproval and is all, "Pfft, that was the easiest encounter. Play a game or we'll be freelancing adventurers." Oh? Setting is 99% of people that hate freelancing adventurers, turning the search for anything to do into a 2-session task. Meanwhile, everyone else is 3 times richer than us, and landing a gig with dungeon delving or monster hunting will almost always be super expensive in either material or medical cost. Oh no. BDM. Hate how my players have fun in the wrong way. Decide to show them the proper way to have fun. Devise a way to make the game go slower than 2 snails molasses. Have the PCs be hated by everyone. Give them tasks that pay. Make every other adventure group successful. Make any encounter become a life or death situation. Make any supplies they need be too expensive for them to buy. Kick that X. Yeah, OP. I think you need to get the f*** out of that group. The DM is Norman Bates level psychotic. As a player, how do you deal with cutscenes type fights where you know you don't actually have a chance to win? Be level 4. Big Bad shows up with like 15 henchmen to an impossible fight. We throw everything we got at him but get stomped, near TPK. He leaves and we miraculously get saved by an NPC. Or, get into big room in dungeon. A creature shows up, all doors are locked, traps activate. Quickly realize this is way over us, but we literally can't back out. Lose consciousness, wake up in prison. In before DM, this happens in many official modules or campaigns. This takes autonomy away from the player. My instinct as a player is to go, well, just kill me then and let's be done with it. But that's being a spoil sport and ruins the atmosphere, and as a PC I should be fighting for my life. The other players in my group don't seem to mind that much, but we all know there's no tension because nothing can really happen to us. Since the odds are so stacked up against us, it clearly wasn't planned as a test of skill. Justify melee combat in your sci-fi setting. It's cool. Look forward to tabletop RPG all week. Day finally comes to play. Don't enjoy it all that much. Feel weird and empty day afterwards. A few days in, start looking forward to it again. Cycle repeats. Help? Consider you may have depression. For real, my dude, go see someone to help you with depression. Like the other guy said, it's a rough road but you can get through it. Definitely sounds like depression. Seek out resources and support. It's something you can overcome if you get the help you need. This wasn't exactly D&D related, but I kinda liked the, good advice I guess, from the comments. Next week's session will probably be cancelled again, for a different reason, leading to the GM or other players losing motivation for the campaign, leading to it being completely cancelled. It happened so many times since I started getting into campaign with regular groups. 2 years and I have only finished 1 campaign, and the GM rushed the ending leading to a barely okay conclusion. DM says we're catching up to his progress on the campaign, and will soon need time to make new material. I've been working on a campaign to DM during this one, for such an occasion. Offer everyone to play that campaign during the DM's downtime. Everyone just agrees to not have a session until January 4th. I'd like to think that this was posted in September, not in December, and they didn't have to wait 5 months to play again. In Strat's dungeon, rescue a village NPC from the flooded cells. DM makes the NPC my paladin, having a mini ERP with themselves session in front of the players, getting her knocked up and telling everyone how I marry her after the campaign. Didn't even like the chick, I just thought paladins should, you know, be heroic and rescue people. Oh, and we skipped 90% of COS because the DM put us on an in-game 2-week time limit. Thou shalt enter thine magical realm and thou shalt like it. Yes, my paladin's inner circle. My character, a paladin, has become virtually pointless at this point in the campaign, due to the druid and wizard getting the lion's share of the plotlines, and me being reliant on them to get virtually anywhere due to being the only party member without the ability to teleport. So, when I left IRL for a month-long hiatus due to work, I asked the GM if my PC could be out putting together a team to fight the evil extraplanar empire invading us. While I had breaks at work, I f***ed around in a Google Doc giving each of my 7 cohort members their own personality, as well as a hook for their backstory to become relevant. I fell in love with every single one of them, from the quiet but severe cleric to the old but wise war master that advised my PC. Of course, it all just got ignored in favor of the GM wanking their OC donut steel alien race and the new player that just joined getting his own questline where we have to resurrect his PC's long lost ancient race of questionable morals that make my PC uncomfortable to help combat the A's. All the while we can't actually fight the A's because oh no, only the evil emperor is actually bad, we can't just invade their plane, we might hurt innocents. Just ignore all of the genocide perpetrated by them in our own cities. Anyways, I got off topic. I'm mostly bummed because I know my cohort will never actually get used. Tiefling runs towards the party. In black leather armor, with a black sword, red blood coats her body and blade. Tells the party she was attacked and the blood was from her friend that was killed. Griffin Knight flies towards the party. Drow says Griffin Knight is evil and is trying to trick the party by claiming to be a paladin. Griffin Knight lands and gets off his mount. Party instantly dogpiles him and the Griffin, killing both. Tiefling thanks them for protecting her from the evil knight. Party then makes camp. Tiefling gone in the middle of the night along with some of the party's gold. Some of the players still not convinced she was evil. Keep up the hilarious hijinks and have the Tiefling drive them to do all kinds of evil acts until one bright bulb wakes the f up. How do you portray an NPC's descent into maniacal insanity without telegraphing it too strongly to the party or triggering an early murder hobo response, DG? Subtle stuff like, I talked to a guy, or I saw something, but have it off screen. Make the NPC reliable at first, so it isn't construed into a boy who cried wolf trope. Then exploit it, in front of the party. The NPC talking to no one, or remembering things wrong. The NPC should start to make less sense to the players. Have the NPC convinced that it happened, and if the game has a lie detection mechanic, always have it ring as the truth. If at any point the party can start to convince the NPC that it didn't happen, the NPC should have elements of denial and fear in the response. Source: my grandmother had dementia. Start off as quirky, then slowly keep adding to it until they are the insane maniac you want. Browse X to get a reference on how insane people write and talk. Yeah, and X is the paranormal board on 4chan. GM made Blacksmith's daughter into my character's love interest. My PC married her and they ran off to be happily married, and I made a new character. GM is furious with me. What the f did he think was gonna happen? Honestly, it's a wonderful subversion and you should be happy. Though, Anon, you do know you are on your GM's list now, right? He wanted to murder her, Anon, so his campaign would have emotional stakes and be deep. This seems most likely. Run into my fair share of DMs who try to pull similar things. The lord whom you are legally obligated to serve has gone to war with the church, which you are a member of. What's the lawful choice here? Destroy the church and serve your lord. Then kill your lord for destroying the church. Then kill yourself for defying your duty and your oath to both the church and your lord. Praise be to lawful stupid. Kids. Loud? Shoot themselves? Will basically die if you don't monitor them continuously. No Morgan Ironwolf. Dungeons and Dragons Moldway Basic. Provided countless hours of entertainment since 1981. Comes in clean booklets with cool art. Streamlined rules for ease of use. Morgan Ironwolf. Start wage cocking full-time instead of part-time around 3 months ago. Less and less time to do GM prepping for my game, IRL. Not even sure I enjoy it anymore. Game is basically a power wank at this point. Players post in group chat about how they just realized how their character can one-shot monsters even harder, with some option they forgot. Lose all will to live. One player is transgender. Wants to come out in character as his character is also trans. Doing a gender reveal in-game as the PCs get the awards from the local lord. Session is in roughly 10 hours. Don't even want to anymore, but the campaign's been going 4 years and it's almost over, so it seems dumb to cap it so close to the end. Almost constant pain remembering earlier in life when RPGs were more fun. Does it ever get better, or do RPGs just stop being as fun as you get older? If so, I might as well kill myself because I don't think it adds any value if I finish reading that story. The point is that Anon is kinda depressed. And I just wanna read the first comment of this post on Reddit that, I don't know, maybe it helps anyone. It's just general good, I would say, advice that I don't know, hopefully gets to anyone that happens to be in need and watching this video. At this point, I feel like this has less to do with RPGs being fun or lack thereof, and more to do with mental health. I would implore Anon to see some kind of therapist, maybe group therapy so they can talk more about it to those who can understand them. As for the RPG itself, it may be best to take a break or try a different system entirely. Think of it as a breath of fresh air. Fantasy hero system is good for a more cinematic adventure that's much less about power gaming and more about flavor and character arcs. Would also recommend Fate for an immensely rules-light experience. Also, a discussion with the group is also needed. Everyone is responsible for facilitating fun, and if the group isn't doing that, they need to know so it can be remediated, or so you know whether or not to find a different group. Then again, I doubt this message would reach Anon, but for those of you who are relating to the OP, here you go. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the thing is if you go through anything like this, the most important and the best thing you can do is to just get professional help and not let things go out of control, because that can happen very quickly. I don't know, yeah, basically just get help when you feel like you need it. It's not a bad thing to need help or to get it. Yeah, anyway. That was it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon. Really appreciate it. There's links below if you wanna join the Discord or the Patreon or other social media. Twitter, I don't really post there, but I'm there. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.